A golden night. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's someone, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by Psychrubus. When this happened, 2016. The drugs used: dextroamphetamine, MDMA, alcohol, cannabis, and tobacco. At a dose of 30 milligrams dextroamphetamine, 1 pill of MDMA, and an estimated 40 cigarettes. The route of administration: orally. Gender: male. Weight: 163 pounds. Age: 19. Height: 6'2". First prior experience: cannabis. And the setting: a fraternity house in downtown. Alright, so welcome to another report. We got quite the mix here. And this report is coming from Psychrubus, which a few of you may know as John. You may remember John from the Why Substances Suck series, but also I covered a few reports of his in the past too. So awesome that we have another report of his to share today, as I feel like he does provide a pretty unique perspective here. Not only with the combination, but this report really does give us a look and feel for how certain parts of the drug world can operate. I'll just say, there's a real tone he brings to this, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'll leave a link down below to Psychrubus' channel. So without further ado, let's dive right into this. What a flutter this combination sent my mind into. This remains to me a most memorable experience. I was essentially living in this house that people would stop into and party, drink and whatnot. Usually for my journeys there, I went to the downstairs, where the so-called atypical drug users hung around. I took interest in hanging around them. Most of them were involved with MDMA, codeine, cannabis, and LSD. I already had experiences with these, except for one peculiar chemical that attracted me. Call me stubborn, but I was never remotely excited to try this until it became something that could not contain my curiosity. This is due mainly to the fact I had been informed on regarding MDMA and SSRI antidepressants. The obvious central fact that makes this perspective interesting is that my personality is very introverted. I vividly remember stepping into a bathroom and taking the MDMA. Then I took the dextroamphetamine pill, which oddly was shaped into something that seemed to resemble a home-pressed pill. I did heavily drink throughout this experience, but it did not bar me from being absolutely stunned at the consequences this had. Suddenly my body was engulfed in amphetamine-like waves of pleasure. I was no longer inhibited, but in some strange sense, felt more positive about how others were viewing me as well as myself. MDMA continually comes up as a drug to describe, and it's one I don't seem to be able to adequately represent. Take this metaphor how you may. It feels like gold is poured over your brain and all around your environment. It feels like nothing can go wrong. It's a powerful rush of disinhibition that's characterized by extreme euphoric tendencies, both internal and external. Sensation was amplified to the extent that anything I ate or drank tasted subjectively different to me. Altered to a degree of extreme pleasure were my senses. I sat outside that night to look at the stars and have a smoke. My organs and brain were feeling like they had a party going on inside of them. Nonetheless, it was a calming feeling. Certainly not what you think comes to mind about this substance. Warm euphoric flutter. Warm euphoric flutters. Now about the dextroamphetamine effects. There was a synergistic component with these two drugs. On occasion, I would feel intense arousal, which I attributed to the amphetamine, which also noting the perceptual changes I noticed. When the MDMA comes around, it dictates your decision-making to whatever degree you will let it. This could be unrealistic fantasy, extreme euphoria, or talking to a stranger. In conclusion, the experience was a meaningful one for myself because I had overcame my curiosity. I, however, would hardly consider doing this drug again, as the next day I was very depressed and irritable. It was a vivid, intense experience of the capabilities my body has to feel pleasure.